Hello, so this will be a quick tutorial about all the new features in the beta. So when you click here, this is what you get. First of all, now units are always dying, but you can revive them. But if you enable permadeath, they will remain dead permanently. So I guess this is the recommended way to play it with disabled, but if you want a real hardcore challenge, give permadeath mode a try. Alright, so now we have quest events and so on. Slime is here just telling us a little bit about what's going on, but let me show you the new features. So as you can see, the guild is updated now. It's simpler, but it has more features. It's just there wasn't much sense in having it as a ground thing where you build stuff and so on, because it was just no purpose to the location of buildings and so on. Anyway, you start with these 3 buildings as before, but now you have the next 2 buildings will be random, and then when you defeat the first arena, the next arena unlocks and you get 2 more buildings, again random. So each time you play you have to figure out different ways to form your teams and so on. You can upgrade your slots here for the gladiators and for you and for items. And we have this building over here that is a reviving temple. Basically, this is allowing us to revive units after they die. So let's buy some units. Alright, and let's say some of the units die, we can click a revive. I'm gonna show you that in a moment, and it will take some time to revive. Now, right now it takes 3 days per level. We're gonna play around with this value a little bit. Anyway, when you upgrade the building, it will shorten the time for units to revive. So another important thing here is the bank. Here you can trade resources. So each of these resources has different value. As you can see, the wood is pretty cheap, the stone is pretty high, pretty costly, and the mana crystals are very costly. Now mana crystals, they are used for reviving. So let's go and start one battle to show you how this revival works. But we have gladiator wages. So now we have to pay gladiators to stay in our guild. If you don't pay them, let's say we don't pay this orc, it's fine, but now he has a debt. And if you don't pay him 3 times, he will leave the guild. Okay, so we have the championship. Let's enter the championship. Let's get one of our guys killed. I'm gonna speed up the time a little bit. Alright, he died. And now you will see him here as dead. So he's dead. But we can revive him. It costs 5 days because it is like he's level 2, and also depends on how upgraded your reviving temple is. So let's go ahead and revive him. You can see here in timeline like notification when he will be revived, so that you can count if he will be revived by the time the championship hits, and championship is always at day 10. So let's go and revive him. It costed us 1 mana crystal, and let's continue. Now, another new thing is quests. So we have 2 quests here. This one is Necromancer asking us to help him, and here peasants are asking us to help them. So we will, let's say we choose Necromancer. Now, here is the thing about quests. There are these icons, so if you're into the story, you can read what they say, you can ask more questions and so on. But if you're not into it, you can kind of see, okay, these are the units I fight, this is how many units I have, this means if battle is friendly or deadly. With this bird, it means it's friendly, you can see it here as well. This means that units will not die, so he just wants you to beat them up a little bit and they won't kill you neither. But here, if the icon is different, it will mean that units will die, like in the arena. Alright, so let's say start trashing. And let's see if we can win this one. I'm gonna speed up the time a little bit. Okay, we won. Nobody died, but even if he died, he wouldn't remain dead here. Okay, so now we have one reward to choose. If I go like continue, it will tell me you have to choose one reward. So we have one here. Sometimes we have two to choose. Now let's choose this necklace. We're gonna gain 25 reputation with Necromancer, 80 gold, and we're gonna lose 10 reputation with people. Now you can see the bars changing here. When we hit 100, it will go to the next reputation. And when it hit 100, we will get friendly with Necromancer. And that will start the main quest chain with Necromancer. You can choose to accept it or decline it, but once you accept it, this is it. You are kind of in allegiance with Necromancer, you are still doing quests with others, and the reputation affects the rewards, the amount of rewards that you get while playing these quests. But the main quests will be with Necromancer. That is still not in the game. We have a lot of work to do there, but there are a bunch of like side quests that are working. Okay, so he's asking us to fight some peasants again, some more, but we won't do that right now. Yeah, I think that's most of it. So, as you can see, we have a timeline, days, weeks, years. You can play it, stop it, or play it at higher speed. You can also auto-pay gladiators. Oh, you can see here, he wasn't paid last time, so he has this mark that he should be paid. But let's say we don't pay him again. And we wait for another wage. We can skip championship or choose championship. So, skipped this time. And let's see. Now he also has a red outline. And if we don't go and pay him now, you see he has 20 debt and 10 wage. So now it's 30 gold. And if we don't pay him, as you can see, he will live. We lost the orc. All right. One more thing. We have update shop. We can now, you guys can now update the shop or Gladiator market. It gets more expensive, but when the week passes, it resets a little bit every time. So it goes back to original price. And one last thing, there is inflation when we gonna use cheats. When we go and defeat one arena and enter another, everything gets a little bit more expensive. So these resources are a bit more expensive, gladiators are more expensive, and updating shop is more expensive, and so on. So that is another thing, but you gain more from quests, from finishing arenas, and so on. So that should be balanced. All right, guys, so have fun with it.